Look at these. These are more affordable wide receivers that could be cap casualties. Kendrick Bourne, $6.8 million. Brandon Ayuk, that's an interesting guy to keep an eye on, $3.9 million. Isaiah McKenzie from Buffalo, $2.9. KJ Hamler, there's another twitchy guy, $2.2. Denzel Mims from the Jets, $1.7. Dwayne Eskridge, a guy from Western Michigan, $1.6 million. Those are some of those guys that are not making as much money are the guys that you're talking about. Get the ball in their hands. Yeah. You know, they threaten the defense 53 yards across and, 100 yards down the field.
Yeah, and I think that's, obviously what, when we watched Watson through those 6 games, and there were some really good moments and there were some real head scratchers as well, right? And so, I do know that Kevin Stefanski, believes that this kid is the guy that's going to get this team to the Super Bowl. He trusts in the skill set. You got to hope that a year removed or whatever it will be from the off-field allegations will allow him to kind of settle in a little bit. And I think that's, to me, David, the wide receiver, the talent-wise is one portion of this, but I think the bigger part of the equation is Watson and getting him comfortable and figuring out an offense that's going to best suit his skill set. So, while we talk about, the X and Y and Z receivers and all that, and finding the speed guy and what do they do with the running game, it's about Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's why they invested the money they did. So, good options out there. I do like that secondary market that you just showed. Those are all quality players. And again, I do think in a kid like David Bell, who really had a real knack last year, Dave. And unfortunately, he had that injury in training camp that kind of set him back a little bit. But they just really liked the way he was able to, first of all, he rarely, if ever, missed an assignment. They were really impressed by the way he blocked down the field. And then not only that, he's just one of those guys, much like Amari Cooper, who just finds those soft spots in defenses and runs precise routes and knows how to get open. So, his guy they found in it was the 3rd or the 4th round of the draft last year. So those guys are out there. And, I know that this is what these guys are doing over these last few weeks. And as we lead up to the draft is finding these pieces that they need.
Yeah, you got to give Deshaun Watson some easy throws. Give him the easy button with a guy that turns a 3-yard pass into a 12-yard gain.
And I think that can be your tight end as well. I think David Njoku has that kind of athletic ability. I mean, you've seen the Chiefs do that kind of stuff with Kelsey, where Mahomes takes, a 1 or 2 step drop and gets the ball to his tight end, and whether or not it's, him breaking a tackle or, whatever the case may be. But I think Njoku is also a guy who, first of all, he grew on and off the field last year. We were all in the media very impressed by the way that it seemed like whatever messages the coaches were giving to David were sinking in. And he really became one of the more outspoken leaders on that team last year. And I don't see any reason why he's not going to take another step, because they believe in him. They want to get him the ball. And obviously he has the athletic ability to do those kinds of things.
Yep.